Like, it just blows my mind. And I'm like on the horn, like, oh my god, you're about to hit me. I want to punch them in the face. Like, so this video is obviously from the title, a driving rant, and I've been driving for, I'm really bad at math, since I was 17 and I'm now 22, so figure that out yourself. I just wanted to talk about some driving things that have happened to me that just really are annoying, and I have the worst road rage. Like, if you've ever been in a car with me, like, I'm a pretty good driver, I think, but if you've ever been in a car with me, you will know that I hate people. Like, everyone on the road. My first thing is gonna have to be the accident that I got into. I was about 17 or maybe it was 18, and I was leaving the bank, and I needed, like, I wish I could draw this out for you, but so the bank is right here. I was pulling out of the bank and making a right onto the road, and I made the right, and there was no one coming, and this is a road where people can, like, park on the side of the street and stuff, and so I was going around this, like, car that was parked on the side, and I, like, went down the road, and over here there's another street coming, and it's a stop sign, and I'm driving down the street, and I say 25 miles an hour, there's a light coming up, so I was definitely not going fast, going nice and slow, la-di-da, and this woman at a stop sign doesn't have her blinker on, isn't going this way, I'm driving. Right over here is like a building, you know, there's a building here and a car next to me, you know, on the side of the street parked, so it's that kind of thing. So she's literally pushed me right, she just drove right into my car. I'm sorry, what? Like, where were you trying to go? If I was not there, you'd be driving into another car and into a building. What were you trying to do, lady? This is my first accident, so I'm like freaking out here, like hysterical, like, oh my god, what just happened, freaking out, like you're not supposed to move the car. They tell you that when you're in a car accident, don't move, just stay there. So this woman hits me and then backs up, like backs out of my car, like her car's inside of my car. She backs up and drives away, and oh, get this, we're about a block away from the police station in the town. Literally, I could see it from where this accident happened. And she drives away, and I'm sitting there, like in the middle of like a road. My car is like slanted in the middle of the road. I have my flashers on, hysterically crying. Everyone's beeping to get around me, wanting me to move. Cop comes up to my window, knocks, and I open the window. I'm hysterically crying, and he's like, "Can you move? Like, can you move the car?" Like, I'm like literally there, like hysterically crying. You couldn't be like, "It's okay, you did nothing wrong, like, are you okay?" Like, no, not to see if I'm hurt, just as like, "Can you move the car?" I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." And I'm like moving over to the closest parking lot, and I got like what her car looked like and her couple of letters off her license plate, and they found out that she drove over to the next town's police station, said, "I hit something, but I don't know what it was." I'm sorry, you literally pulled out of my car, your car was in my car, you pulled out of my car and looked at me in my eyeballs and drove away. Like, I'm sorry, wait, what? 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 I just, and then we find out this woman lives down my road and she's 90 years old. I'm sorry, why are you still driving? Also, when I'm in the car, people who don't use their blinkers, I want to punch them in the face. Like, why aren't you using your blinker? But there's no one behind me. Like, I don't care if there's someone behind you. People in front of you need to know where you're going. Everyone needs to know where you're going because you're on the road and have everyone's life in your hands. It's just so stupid. Like, first of all, if you're on the highway merging, or like not merging, like switching lanes, you need to put your blinker on. Just put it on. I don't care if there's not someone really close behind you. Like, you just need to always have your blinker on. When you're turning, anyway, left, right, whatever, put your blinker on. If you're behind someone and they're turning left and they just stop in the middle of the road and don't have the blinker on, like, what is that? Just like, also when you're on a normal road, say 35 miles per hour, like a normal regular road, and the person in front of you is driving like 20 miles an hour, they're clearly looking for somewhere, or they're texting, or whatever they're doing, they shouldn't be doing, obviously, and like you're so close behind them and you're like literally like on the horn, and I'm like a horn happy type person, like I'm literally on the horn. If I'm at a red light and it turns green, that person didn't go already, I am on the horn. Get your stuff together, you know? The other day I was behind this person and they were going so slow, like they had to be texting, they were like doing this and all that stuff, and then they started braking and I thought, oh, they're gonna turn. No, they like pulled over to the side of the road, so I was gonna go around them thinking that that's what they were letting me do, because there was a line behind me of cars because they were going so slow. No, they started pulling out and I'm like on the horn, like, oh my god, you're about to hit me, like, what is wrong with you? Hello? It's annoying. Also, okay, I don't know about how this is in the rest of the world or the rest of the country or whatever, but in New Jersey you're allowed to make a right on red unless there's a sign that says no right on red. Sometimes it says like no turn on red during these hours, like during school hours or whatever it is, but most of the time you're allowed to make a right on red. If there's no sign that says no turn on red, you can make a right. People don't do it, and I'm not even talking about, like, sometimes, yeah, there's people from other states that are here and they're not doing it and I beep and you should figure it out. Don't drive in the state if you don't know how. But you're not from another state and your license plate says New Jersey, you turn right on red. I don't care if you're texting, what you're doing, I'm beeping and they're not going. And it's just ridiculous. And then when people don't have a blinker on when they're at a red light and they're not like turning, I'm like, oh great, now I have to wait. And then this person does get turned. Like, I'm sorry, like, what is wrong with you? Why aren't you turning right on red? Like, we're trying to get places. And yeah, some of you would say, like, why are you in a rush to go nowhere, blah, 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 but like, I don't want to waste my life in the car by myself when I'm trying to get to somewhere that's important. It's really annoying and not something that anyone should have to deal with. Like, when are we all just gonna get jetpacks and can fly everywhere? Please tell me. Sorry, it's the holiday season, and I'm, you know, ranting and raving about all this stuff. This is even worse during the holiday season, to be honest. Like, when you're going into a mall, oh my god. I don't know if it's like this all over the whole country, but the mall by me, it's like there's a light to pull into the entrance of the mall because there's just so many people there all the time, and it's a pretty big mall. And there's like a left lane, left turn only. You can only turn left when it's a green arrow, and people go in like the right lane and then like cut people off. Like, I'm sorry, just wait your turn. If you're dumb enough to go holiday shopping on a weekend before Christmas, then you deserve to wait in that line. Just don't even get me started on shopping during the holiday season. Oh, there's so many things I could rant about. I don't know if you guys are gonna like these rant videos. Like, some of you do, some of you don't, but like, the thing is, I don't like watching them. I like giving my opinions. That's so horrible. Because people's like opinions are so just like annoying and sensitive. Like, I'm one of those people who's not sensitive about anything. That's something I could do a rant video on like political correctness. Oh my god, it drives me crazy. I'm one of those people who's like, yeah, I get it, like some things are offensive, but get over it. It's not right necessarily, and it's not politically correct, but get over it. So this has turned into like a car driving rant, into like a rant about rants and a rant about political correctness. Like, people get so offended off the littlest things. Like, okay, I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me on this, but like that whole thing that was going on a couple of years ago on YouTube where those guys, that video about that, about like what they like in girls, and everyone's freaking out, like, what? Like, that's so against like feminism, whatever. That video that those guys did, I don't even remember who they were. I watched it about whatever they did. It was like what we like in girls, something like that. And what was wrong with that? They weren't saying, they literally said in the video, we're not saying every girl needs every one of these qualities. These are just things we find attractive. What is wrong with that? Like, they like, what do you mean? Like, you've never, like, all the girls that complained about that video, like, you've never sat with your friends and said, oh my god, like, I really like a tall guy, or I really like a guy who can play guitar, or he's so cute because he can play basketball. Like, you've never sat with your friends and said that. Like, what, just because they put it online it was so wrong? Like, it wasn't. They weren't saying every girl needs to have curves, or every girl needs to wear a skirt, or play guitar, or sing. Like, they weren't saying that. They were just saying things that they find attractive, and they ended up saying every single thing. Like, everything. They literally, like, some of them said, like, blonde, or brunette, or long hair, short hair. Like, they all said something different, and like, I don't get, like, well, who cares? Like, they were just saying what they find attractive in a girl. If I came on here and gave a video about what I find attractive in a guy, like, do you think that there would be guys in the comments saying, like, that's so wrong, like, you shouldn't say that you only like tall guys? No guy would ever go on my video and say that stuff, because, like, I don't want to say it's like this necessarily, but girls are saying, like, oh, you're saying all this stuff, like, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, but the fact that you're complaining about it and being all sensitive about it, like, makes you look worse, to be honest. And I'm sorry if you disagree with me on certain things, but I just had to put it out there because it's been driving me crazy, things like this. And like, people need to stop being so sensitive and just get over it. Like, you're really gonna get in a bad mood because someone else like said something that has nothing to do with you that kind of sort of offends you. Like, this doesn't make sense to me. And if you agree with me, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you like these kinds of videos, please leave it in a comment and tell me what other things you want me to talk about. If you disagree with me and you want to write it in a comment, that's great. If you're going to be rude and say rude things, I'm just going to block you from my channel. So please don't say anything rude. And if you disagree, that's great, but be constructive about it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check me out on all my social media. Subscribe if you want to see more rants, beauty, and fashion videos. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.